Our Cinderella season is hanging in the balance today, guys, and we have to fight an uphill battle just to save it. We're down 2-0 in the best of 5 conference finals here in Season 5's playoffs as we head back to Madison Square Garden, a building where we haven't lost yet in the postseason. Welcome back to the Road to NBA 2K, episode number 78. Glad to have you here today in what could be the final episode in my first season as a New York Knick. This has been a very intense series despite what the box scores may say. Miami has looked unbeatable, taking a 2-0 conference finals lead and now pushing their win streak to 8 games here in the postseason. They're the defending champs for a reason. Ferran and I haven't had much daylight to shoot the rock, and Bam Adebayo is setting the tone for the Heat. In Game 3, we allowed 137 points, and way too many of those came inside the paint. The Heat have controlled this series, especially inside the key, even without their best overall player-wise in Jimmy Butler, who has now been upgraded to day-to-day with an ankle issue he suffered in the previous round, but we won't be seeing him today. For all you who are familiar with this series, the only way we can even have a chance at making the finals is if we somehow win both games today and go to a winner-take-all Game 5, which will be on a live stream. As the series shifts back to New York for Games 3 and 4, I think it's time we prove some people wrong. Skip Bayless last episode said we weren't legit, how we haven't played anyone. Will we listen to those critics and roll over today? Or will we dig deep and find that second wind to give the defending champions, the Miami Heat, a run for their money? We talked about it last episode. There's a lot of reasons why this conference finals is so big for me and Ferran. This is Ferran's former team. He was actually traded for Brandon Ingram to go to the Lakers, where he won a ring, of course. And there was a whole bunch of other storylines to go with it. The Miami Heat obviously beat me in the finals last season. Josh Hart then left the Pelicans and joined the team that beat us in the finals. He's starting at the 3 in favor of the injured Jimmy Butler. There's just so many factors that play into this series today. Knicks versus Heat, that's been a rivalry since the 90s. And I think it's time we take the floor here in Madison Square Garden for Games 3 and hopefully 4 today if we can win Game 3 and extend our series at least one more game. I mean, this would be huge to at least take one for Miami and get some confidence for us as we go with the quick hitter to Ferran. We always seem to love to try to get a quick bucket out of the gate. Good defense by Dragic down low, but Ferran will reposition himself, clear it out for me, and I'll take it on Tyler Hero. A little quick first step move there on the baseline. Nicely done there. My stats have been pretty good through the first 2 games of this series, 18 points, 12 assists, and 2 steals, average between games 1 and 2, but I've been frustrated, and so has Ferran as he finds pay dirt from the top of the key. He makes that 3 there, but it was a contested one. Miami has made it really hard for me and Ferran to find any success outside of the key. They have been right in our shooter's pocket all series long as Brandon Ingram misfires on the 3. He's probably been the best player for Miami through the first 2 games, but cannot stop Julius Randle on the take there. Randle has been one of the few consistent bright spots in this series. Through the first 2 games, he's totaled 29 points and 17 rebounds through games 1 and 2. So now with a 3-point lead, about halfway through the first quarter, I find a little bit of room, a little handoff to Cade Cunningham, and he hits nothing but air on the wide open 15-footer. Cade has improved a bit this series, but ever since the first round Washington series where he played really well, he struggled against Boston, and that's continued into this series. He now falls to 8 for 22 shooting on this series with that air ball from 15 feet, and then Bam Adebayo clears out on the next possession, and I get called for a blocking foul. That's foul number 2 for me in the first quarter. So I retired to the bench for the rest of the first with only 2 points and 1 rebound to my name with an assist, after Bam Adebayo is the beneficiary to a pretty bad call there. If you watched last episode, you saw Game 1, Miami seemed to be favored a lot. They shot more than double the free throws we did back in Game 1, and then look at this call. I barely even contested the Kendrick Nunn layup, but that's personal foul number 3 for me, and we're not even a minute through the second quarter, so the foul luck for Miami, keeps staying in their favor, as Kendrick Nunn takes the lead from Miami, and I'm playing with 3 personals now. Now we see Garrett Temple open from the corner, Austin Rivers. He checks in for Ferran at the 2 and doesn't offer much on the defensive side of the ball. In between Temple's 3, Duncan Robinson just hit 1, and of course a 3-point play from Nunn. That's 9 unanswered points for Miami until Obi Toppin opens up the left flank for me. Great screen there as he also checks in for Julius Randle. Toppin has been really rock solid, honestly, off the bench. It's been very rare you don't see him score at least 10 points in a reserve role, and then Cade Cunningham's getting after it on defense, takes it away from Avery Bradley, and I am leading the break on the other end, dunking it down with my offhand. Great job, Cade. I know his offense has been very disappointing ever since round 1, but you gotta admit, with the way he D'd up on Jason Tatum last round and the way he's playing defense so far tonight, you cannot argue with his impact on that side of the ball. So we see Precious Achiuwa at the free throw line as I check out once again with only a minute 45 left to go in the second quarter, and we get a little bit of luck. The bench opens up the game a little bit. We lead by 7 with 90 seconds left to go in the first half. So checking me again is Kendrick Nunn as I set up the offense and see what Randall has. He's covered by Bam. I set a screen for Toppin. He's far out there, and he still knocks it down. Obi Toppin, way to go. That will extend the lead to 10, our largest lead of the contest, as the second half is right around the corner. That lob is disrupted by Julius Randle. Nice to see Adebayo not catch a lob clean for once, and I'm open in the corner. Finally, an open shot without a Miami Heat defender right in my face. There's a three-pointer. I improved to 4 for 5 on the game as we now lead by a baker's dozen. So Miami, let's see what they have in their bag of tricks here. Trying to play for the 2 for 1 as they go quick with Brandon Ingram. He turns away, points at the crowd, does a little bit of taunting while he's at it, and that will answer back with my 3-point attempt. And Ingram will want one more here at the end of the half. Nice job though between me and Obi Toppin closing out. So how about this? You gotta love what you're seeing between, you know, myself, Ferran, and the defense we've been displaying. 57-47, Knicks on top. You gotta like where we're at right now, especially on defense. No Heat players scored in double digits, as I actually almost had double digit scoring in only 11 minutes with my 3 fouls. Ferran had his best half since the Celtics series, and Emmanuel Quickley has also been very solid off the bench. He was a little underachieving in the regular season, but he's shooting a sky-high percentage in the playoffs and added 9 tonight. Not much scoring from the front court though, only 12 between Mitch Randall and Toppin, but my matchup Tyler Hero, he's shooting 2 for 7. Adebayo leads Miami with 11 rebounds and 9 points. And Miami is also leading the rebounding battle 25-22, but at the same token, it's also not as big a disparity as we've seen like we saw back in games 1 and 2. So Ferran was 16-4. I mean, this is the best he's looked easily in the entire playoffs, as we see Brandon Ingram with a little bit of space to shoot as he knocks that one down. Brandon Ingram up to 9 points now as I give it up to Ferran, trying to work quickly here. Nice little 2-man game between me and him as I see him cutting. Look at the threading of the needle as Ferran moves to the strong side block and scores. Only assist number 2. Tonight it's been more of an issue of finding my teammates, although it hasn't really disrupted us in the scoring column much. Gotta love that 2-man game between Ferran and myself. We've been doing that in our entire lives since we were kids. Nice little post-up move there by Brandon Ingram. Julius Randle too tardy to try to grab that steal, so Miami cuts the lead in half from the halftime deficit. Now they're only down by 5. We're going to give it up to Cade here. Let's see, he's got space to work, but instead he'll find Julius Randle on a beautiful dish. One thing I've definitely noticed in my NBA career, whenever I'm dishing the rock nice and I'm throwing nice dimes, it seems to be contagious with the rest of my teammates. That seems to be how it's always been. As Toppin will fire again. This one's just a little bit off, but look at Mitchell Robinson grabbing that rebound over Duncan Robinson and Bam Adebayo. He cuffed that thing like he was Odell Beckham in the back of the end zone. So we'll move ahead here. Ferran seals off Dragic at the rim. Dragic has been frustrated today. We don't have numbers on the break, so I'm going to have to express some creativity here. I'm trapped underneath, giving it off to Obi Toppin, and now me and him run a little bit of a 2-man game. Okay, getting nice and creative. I talked about that last episode. We were running a very cookie-cutter offense in the last installment. It's good to see us express some improvisation here. Another stop in the interior, but then Tyler Hero will hit from the same exact spot I just hit from moments ago after the second chance by Bam Adebayo. Tyler Hero is doing a lot of talking for a guy who only shot 2 for 7 at halftime. So I'll check out, come back in, and once again the bench, probably their best performance as a unit throughout the entire playoffs. The lead is now 12 with only seconds left to play in the third quarter. We have a chance, guys, of taking at least one from the Miami Heat, the defending champs, as this one goes to Cade. What a confident shot by the rookie. He continues to pull and that'll open things up once again, a 15-point deficit for Miami as we head into the final quarter. I do believe they made one more shot, but it's still a 13-point lead for the New York Knicks. With one more quarter to go, these fans want to see us win. So here we go, 10:35 left to go in the fourth. Inside to Brandon Ingram, and the Miami Heat will begin the fourth quarter with an Ingram layup. Nice feed there from Goran Dragic, but Ingram, this has definitely been his worst performance of this series. Only 40% shooting on 14 points, and look at the double move I gave to Tyler Hero in response, and somehow I didn't get blocked by Bam. Still up to 15 points despite missing most of the first half, scoring at a much higher rate today, as Cade will try again. That one's a little bit long, as the outlet goes to Tyler Hero. Me and Cade are trying to cut off his path to the rim, as then Tyler Hero gets a little jiggy with it here against Cade. Look at this, he'll throw up the lob to Bam Adebayo. I was waiting for that one. All the lobs they threw in the first two games of this series, and you know, Miami, they lead the NBA in field goal percentage in the regular season, and I think that was a big reason for it, as I come out of nowhere, block Tyler Hero, but he gets it back and scores. Man, it's not often I record a block, so that definitely hurt to see him regain the possession and cut the lead down to 7. Later it'd be 9 as the starters check back in with Julius Randle and Ferran making the re-entry on the floor, and Randle gets the steal. Outlet to me. Bam Adebayo cuts off my lane, but I give him a little hesitation move as I win another battle at the rim. Up to 17 now as we force Miami into their 14th turnover and score our 14th point off of a turnover. That's been a big reason why we've been in the lead for most of this game. Cade wide open. He's got my back. This place is going bananas, as now we have made 5 more three-pointers than the Miami Heat. They've been out shooting us this entire series until tonight. Let's go, we're up by 10 after another stop on defense. We're within 4 minutes of a win. Cade wants to take it all the way. He'll kick it back out to me. Tyler Hero guarding me close. Here we go on the left flank. Obi Toppin wants the screen, and he'll pop, and I'll throw him one for the ages. Obi Toppin goes video game on the Miami Heat. Dunk contest level dunk to extend the game back up to 10 points. Here we go with Brandon Ingram. We're all collapsing on him. And Ferran says no. I pick it up for another rebound and another rejection for New York. And this lob's going up to Cade Cunningham. I'm dishing them out all over here in the fourth quarter. Let's go. 2 minutes to go, and we're up by 8. Trying to sit on this rock and close this game out. Who wants the ball? Ferran is open, but I get a little fancy on Tyler Hero and company down low. Ferran was open from 3. You don't see me being this assertive, especially when I see a teammate open, but I said, hey, why not? I've been feeling myself down low. I've been taking on Bam Adebayo all game long, switching hands in midair. The bench loving what they see. The fans going crazy behind them. It is a great atmosphere here tonight in Madison Square Garden. And with another missed free throw, Tyler Hero's been struggling tonight. That'll open up the lane for me to give it up to Ferran on the fast break. We've been doing a great job all night, not letting Miami get within 10 points, and Madison Square Garden is expressing their pleasure. So we've seen it all this game, but how about 2 more plays just to pad my stats a little bit? Me and Ferran have been a tag team here in the fourth quarter. Why not get above 20 points? And I'm at the free throw line for the second time tonight. This one would be a miss, but it's tipped back into the hands of Omari Spellman. And look at this. I mean, I'm not one to try to, show up a team, but there is a shot clock still. So I take another drive to the cup. How about another and one? Why not? As I finish tonight with 24 points, thanks to back-to-back 3-point plays on the same possession. So, New York will live to breathe another day after a double-digit victory at home against the defending champions. What a game we saw tonight. I didn't assist the ball all that well into the fourth quarter, but that didn't stop us at all from playing great defense down low, sharing the ball as a team, and shooting the best we have all series long against these defending champion Miami Heat. Ferran, 32 points. He only scored 34 points total last episode between games 1 and 2, and he almost doubles that here in game 3 for a memorable performance. I shot 11 for 16, finished the game with 5 fouls. Thank goodness I didn't foul out, and only played 26 minutes, but had 24 points. And like I said, 8 assists. I only entered the fourth quarter with 4. Quickly was great off the bench. Cunningham showed flashes and once again played great defense. And the front court, even though they didn't score a lot, outside of Obi Toppin, they were awesome down low. Brandon Ingram, borderline triple-double again, but he couldn't find any success down low. And Bam Adebayo, he was really good, but outside of him, these stats don't do it fully justice. Tyler Hero was frustrated tonight by myself, 5 for 14 shooting. As we extend the game to 2-1 series, and if we win next game, you already know the drill. Best of 5, live stream, winner take all. So before we hop into game 4 to see if we'll play for a live stream, we're gonna hop over to Deshaun, who continues to have not much problem getting rid of the Minnesota Timberwolves, and that would continue here even on the road. Dallas looks the best they ever have in this series, taking game 3 and the series in a sweep, 137-106. The MVP Doncic 30 and 14, and Deshaun 26. I mean, they combined for 18 assists, 56 points, and 16 rebounds. I mean, those two are something else. Deshaun is really setting the tone right now and displaying that he is one of the best wings in the NBA, potentially. So, we're back at home for game 4. We're playing for a live stream tonight, boys, and we're also playing to try to prove everyone wrong once and for all, that we are not a one-hit wonder, that we are here to stay and can give the defending champions a run for their money. Once again, no Jimmy Butler tonight for the Miami Heat as they try to make their second straight NBA Finals appearance on our home floor. Let's see if we have something to say about it. Once again, Mitch will indeed win the jump ball. We won last game after he won the jump ball. Will that reign true tonight? Let's find out. Let's set up our first offensive possession of game 4. Here we go with Mitch at the elbow. He'll find me and I'm open. Little bit contested, but I don't care. My second made 3 ball of the episode. I'm finally getting some looks to shoot the ball. This is my most important game in my short New York Knicks career. Let's see if I can rise to the occasion, and let's see if my teammates can too. Cade off the mark, but Mitch is there for the follow. This has looked like a completely different team from last episode. We take a 5-2 lead here in the early goings. So now in this possession, a little dribble handoff between me and Mitch as he rolls off of the pump fake, and I will find the angle to get it into the big fella, and he's hype already. Come on, Mitch, we're only 2 minutes into the game, and he is already energized. I really like the differences that we've made between last episode and this episode on offense. There's a lot more improvising for us as, look at that, Bam finally missed a lob. Here we go, let's run the break. I see Ferran on the right wing. He's open. Oh, that one's short. And that's kind of how it was here in the first quarter. I mean, both teams really couldn't get it going for a while as Bam Adebayo has a lane. I switched back to Tyler Hero, good closeout. And that's another ugly possession for Miami. Both teams had a lot of those in the first quarter. What do they have on this possession? Adebayo out to Ingram. Haven't seen the ball in his hands much tonight as he drives and nearly puts me on a poster. Luckily, I didn't jump for that one as I initially thought I was going to, or else that one could have been on SportsCenter. So, Miami back out in front. We're still only at 7 points. Now Julius Randle's open, but instead he pump fakes it and gives it back to me. A little too tentative there. 3 seconds to shoot, giving it back to him, but he takes another dribble in to make the shot harder for himself. And we're still stuck at 7 points as Miami then hits a triple, gets the ball back. Here comes Josh Hart, who was quiet last game. Inside! That one's snatched by Mitch. He is holding his own a lot better in this episode against Bam. Nice double move on Tyler Hero, working off my pivot foot. That's a nice jumper right there. A difficult shot, but it goes. So we're back within the possession of the defending champs, trying to save our season here tonight. I'm up to 7 points, trying to make it 2 assists here. Good look for Julius Randle, but Ingram stayed straight up. That is a very solid defensive possession. This time, Bam won't mess up the receiving end of the alley-oop. 14-11, Miami takes the lead, and now by 5 as we still only have 11 points here in the first quarter with under 2 minutes to play. Open from the baseline, that one's picked off, but I do not give up on the play. I give it right back inside. This time Mitch gets fouled. I made something out of nothing there. Got the turnover right back, and Mitch will head to the line. I ended up playing a lot longer in the first quarter than I normally do because there was no really stoppages of play until that foul, so I check out after playing 9 minutes in the first quarter, coming back in down by 3. This has really been the first time all series long we've seen both clubs struggling on offense, as then I give this one up to Julius Randle, who climbs the ladder, dunks it down nicely. But yeah, I mean, this is the first time we've seen both teams struggling on offense. I mean, we're making a pretty deep dent here in the second quarter, and we're not even at 50 total points between the two sides. That is until I snatch that steal by Precious Achiuwa, making the lazy pass, nearly getting that three-point play to trickle through. Tyler Hero now with a couple quick personal fouls, so I had some foul trouble last game. Maybe my matchup Hero will be dealing with it in this one, as I knock down 2 free throws here to give us the lead. A lot of pressure here tonight for both teams. We're trying to make a series comeback, and Miami's trying to avoid a game 5. Maybe the pressure is a big reason why both teams are struggling on offense, as I'm fighting inside with Josh Hart for the rebound. We get it back, and I put it in for 2. 11 points now. This is my biggest game as a New York Knick, and I've been up to expectations. Up to the spotlight tonight. Josh Hart tried to get it and go, and I poke it loose from my former teammate. And I put in another basket, giving me double digits, and I'm the only Knick with 10 plus points here up to this point. 30-29 now. I'm going to try to run a quick isolation for Ferran. It's knocked away, but Randle has his back. Man, this team has made such a turnaround in games 3 and 4. Randle was right there to grab that and have Ferran's back. 32-31 now. 5.5 to go in the first half. I'm surveying. This is another play ran for Ferran. He's not scared because he got blocked. He's still going to pull with confidence. Assist number 3 as Ferran finally gets on the board. That's his first make in 8 attempts, but I mean, hey, Ferran kind of started out a little bit slow last game and he finished with 34, so you never know what Ferran will pull out of his bag of tricks. So, look at this steal. Obi Toppin, another lazy pass by Miami, as this one goes over to Cade Cunningham. A double move put on Josh Hart. Great job getting the positioning to being able to put in that baby hook. 37-34, New York on top. The Heat only entered the half making 4 3 balls as a team, as then Josh Hart gets open. I had a fight around Bam Adebayo to try to close out, and Hart makes it despite not looking very confident on his follow-through. And now he's doing some John too, of course, man. I used to like Josh Hart a lot when he was on the Pelicans. He was a great hustler, great rebounder for his size, but now I just want to beat him and his teammates so bad. So I check out in the middle of a 37-37 tie, and it stays to be a dogfight right now. 43-41, we hold a basket lead. As if this series cannot get any more intense, it's a grinded out fest here in Game 4 to try to force a Game 5. I've got 13 as the Knicks' top scorer, including my 10th made tray ball in the playoffs and 25 attempts, so I'm actually shooting 40% in the postseason. I've been in 11 playoff games. This is probably the most comfortable I've been in my entire career from beyond the arc. But Cade Cunningham and Ferran have combined for only 2 for 13 shooting. But this time it's the front court getting more involved. Randle and Toppin and Mitch have all had good first halves, and for the second game in a row, there's been no Miami Heat player in double digits at the intermission. So our defense continues to improve game by game. We just need a little bit more from the offense tonight. So 44-43 as we begin the second half with a miss. Josh Hart leads the break. He'll find Tyler Hero. Oh, that should have been my 4th steal of the game. And somehow Hero slips by me. Man, I timed that steal so well, but sometimes it just doesn't happen as I fire it full court. But Miami's back to cover it. So 46-45 now. Another half-court possession. Mitch, high screen. And I'm looking for him to roll again. I find the angle, and he will attack Bam and make it over Adebayo. Let's go. Another assist for me. That's 5 now. As I'm now up to 13-5. This one will be a lob in response. Adebayo gives Mitch a taste of his own medicine. He's up to 10. as we now sport just a 1-point lead. It's been a close game all night long, but we've had the lead for the majority of it, as Ferran finally finds some pay dirt from 3. His second field goal and second tray ball of the night. But the Miami Heat continue to go nowhere. There's Goran Dragic finally making a basket. He's been struggling all series long, as once again I try to throw it deep, as I've been trying to catch Miami off guard, but they're hustling back. As then Cade, he will be the primary ball handler on this possession. He gives a deadly double move to 3 red jerseys and will make that basket. So nice job, Cade. He's becoming more confident as each game goes on. It's a 53-53 tie with 7 minutes left to go in the third. As I check out for my first minutes on the bench here in the second half, can the bench continue to play well? Yes, they do. Now a 6-point New York lead until I get blindsided by a screen immediately in off the bench. Dragic cutting the lead in half. So now we only have 31 seconds to play. The Heat really want to keep this a one-possession game as we head into the final period of play. Mitch again with a high screen and roll as I Euro step my way to an and one, or so I thought. The rim once again just not very friendly to me, but I've been to the line a lot tonight. Been very aggressive, no longer scared. I feel like that's just a big thesis of this entire series. I feel like New York and my Knicks teammates are no longer scared of Miami after we played so well in Game 3. I feel like that's really switched the entire series on its head. So shot clock turned off as here comes Brandon Ingram out of control. Nice job, Mitch, staying straight up. And I'm open and I want the mid-range. There goes another bucket for yours truly. 17 on the night. And we may enter the fourth quarter with a 7-point lead if Ingram does not manage a basket here. And once again, I know it's going to stay in his hands, so I'm cheating up. He's open though. That one is a little bit long. So we will enter the fourth quarter with a 7-point lead. Oh my goodness, boys. This is getting intense. Can New York do the unthinkable and come back from down 2-0 to tie it 2-2 to go to a live stream winner take all Game 5? Well, let's find out. Look at this drive. Oh my goodness, that one was sweet to give me 19 on the night. 6 for 9 shooting. This has probably been my best offensive performance of the entire playoffs up to this point. I'm pacing to flirt with 30 tonight, as Dragic is my matchup with no Ferran out on the floor. Dragic is playing point guard, and somehow he still manages to make that basket. Ferran then checks in on the next possession. 7-point lead for us. Cade Cunningham comes flying out of nowhere, displays the vertical as he disrupts the oop. This one will be a pass over to the interior. Julius Randle gets trapped, but look at the vision. Ferran keeps moving and knocks it down. A 10-point Knicks lead. This is just like last game. We're up by 10 in the fourth quarter. Can we keep Miami out of it? Well, they cut it in half now. 5 unanswered points for the Heat. As we're setting up another play. Here comes Ferran. Can he do it back to back? Yes, he can. Ferran. He's putting the city on his shoulders. Me and him, 2 kids from Brooklyn, we're getting it done tonight. Come on, we're so close of forcing the Miami Heat, the defending champs, to a winner-take-all Game 5. Cade makes the extra pass. There goes another jumper. We are not letting the Heat even sniff the lead. Back up to 6-point game with 6 minutes to go. Crouch hitting defense, MSG on their feet. Brandon Ingram glides to the cup for another basket. He's been Miami's best offensive player tonight, although he's not shooting very well. He has 7 fourth quarter points up to this point. So we're going to give this one up to Ferran. Playing a little patty cake here, but he's still going to take it. There's 3 in a row. Ferran, what has gotten into you, my man? 11 fourth quarter points for Ferran, outdoing the man who he was traded for all those seasons ago, Brandon Ingram. Here we go. Ingram wants to respond to Ferran. I try to take the charge, and they don't give me the call. Oh man, that could have shifted this fourth quarter completely into our control, but the refs do not give me the benefit of the doubt. I guess I wasn't totally parallel with Ingram, so he will make 2 free throws to get it back to 5 points. 3:31 left to go. The live stream's on the line. The NBA Finals on the line. Tyler Hero, he tries it again. That one's blocked, and this time he doesn't get it back. Ferran leading the break, gives it to me. I've got the momentum, and I'm hacked at the rim. All right, back to the line I go once again. 21 points on the night as Mitch greets me with a little handshake. And I can reach 23 points with 2 free throws here, extend it back to 7, and that I would do successfully. 23 on the night for number 20. Man, I hope Skip Bayless and all the doubters, all the critics that didn't give us a chance in this series, I hope they're watching this one. As me and Mitch run the pick and roll again, and the drop-off pass is cut off by Bam Adebayo. Hero, extra pass over to Duncan Robinson. That's the last guy you want to leave open in this situation. But we catch a monumental break. Oh my goodness, we get the ball back, no harm done to the elbow to Mitch. Now to Ferran. As this play is one for me, I flash the ball with 6 seconds to shoot. Mitch with the screen. Hero can't get through it. I'm open. There's another one. Awesome job by Mitch, giving me 2 perfect screens to get me open. Our offense is looked just so much better than the previous episode with our play calling, the crisp nature of our passes. It's just been awesome to watch. So Brandon Ingram back to the line here in the 4th quarter. Julius Randle tagged for another foul. Ingram shot a lot of free throws here in the 4th as Obi Toppin checks in to go a little bit taller there at the 4 spot. So Ingram knocks down 2 for 2. We are up by 5 with 90 seconds left to go. So close to that live stream. I get a screen from Toppin, and I look for the kick out. I find Cade, makes the extra pass. Ferran is open. He got it. Ferran with the biggest shot of the series. Do you believe in New York basketball yet? Look at this possession. We're gonna turn you into believers. Cade Cunningham to Ferran as Nadim makes his 4th quarter triple to give him 16 4th quarter points. This place is going bananas right now. Can't even hear myself think. New York basketball is back. We're about to knot up this series 2 games to 2. And we're gonna go to a winner-take-all game 5 on a live stream. And tonight was my biggest game ever as a New York Knick, and it's up there for one of the most important games of my career. And it's safe to say I delivered 25 points, 9 assists, 3 steals. All those came in the first half, and I rose to the occasion to extend this series against the defending champs, the same team that beat me in the finals a season ago on New Orleans. I'm extending this series to one final winner-take-all game in South Beach. What a performance tonight. Ferran with 22 points. And as you saw, most of those came in the 4th quarter alone. What did he finish in the 4th quarter? He had 19 in the second half and 14 in the 4th quarter. An unreal closing ability Ferran has displayed through my time being his teammate. And that continues tonight as Mitch and Obi Toppin both got into double figures as well. Bam Adebayo with probably his most quiet game of this series. Tyler Hero again didn't have it all tonight. And Dragic has been getting clamped the entire series by Ferran Nadim. Oh my goodness, I cannot believe what we just pulled off in this episode. The Mavericks make it out of the West, and we're 1 win away from making my 3rd consecutive finals and taking on Deshaun in his first ever NBA Finals with, of course, Ferran. And this has just been a crazy episode, a historic playoff run for the Cinderella Knicks. And I'm so excited that we're at least gonna have one live stream. And just to be able to do it in the conference finals like we did last year, I'm sure you guys remember whenever I was in the Pelicans, we played Portland in the conference finals, 2 games to 2. And Richaun Holmes in overtime, he grabbed that offensive rebound and put back to send us to the NBA Finals to win Game 5 and send us to the NBA Finals. And if we're gonna have a game like that, I mean, I can't wait to see what might happen here in Game 5 back in Miami. It's gonna be a tall order. The Heat looked unbeatable at home, but the confidence is at an all-time high for the New York Knicks. We changed this series, put it on its head. We'll see if we can continue our Cinderella run on a live stream. I'll have all the info for that coming out very soon. I'll post a video that morning whenever I go live, so you guys got plenty of time to plan it out in your schedule. Hope to see you there. I'm so excited. A live stream is always fun with you guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode today. Really appreciate you coming by, and stay tuned for that live stream and more Coach Carter very soon on the channel. Stay safe out there, everybody, guys. This is College Sports Survive, signing out. Peace.